Hello, sports fans. This is Stephen Hill for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special Week 8 breakdown of the college. One of the biggest games of this week. You're looking at Florida State heading into Death Valley to take on Clemson. Both these guys, when I say guys, Clemson and Florida State have improved vastly over the last season. You know, the ACC has put some powerhouses in the top 5 with Florida State and Clemson. You have Taj Boyd on one side, you have Jameson Winston on the other. And you're looking at these offenses of being some of the best in college football. You know, Winston does a lot of great things with his legs. You've seen the escape power that he has when he's had people literally bearing down on top of him. And he still gets away with it. And, you know, they beat the heck out of Maryland. And for them putting 70-some points up on a ranked opponent shows me that they have the offensive ability to do it to anybody. Clemson is a good team. You know, Taj Boyd is one of those Heisman candidates that plays well year in, year out. And they do a lot of things. Dabo Swinney has this team in contention. They did have a lot of big victories. They did struggle with Boston College. But I look back over their season and see how they beat Georgia, how they fought tooth and nail, and how they haven't lost that slip-up game. It's showing me the maturity and the growth in this Clemson football team. And they don't look like the Clemson that just slips up and loses games against non-ranked opponents or cellar dwellers in the ACC. But in this game, this will be probably their toughest test against a feisty Florida State team that really has Jimbo Fisher's stamp all over it. When you look at the blue chips that they have on their team, also when you look at some of the little things that they do well on defense and how they cause turnovers, how they do not let Winston really get hit a lot when they're playing quality opponents. Against Maryland, yes, they got hit a little bit sometimes, but he was free to make a lot of those passes. He creates a lot just like Taj Boyd does, but he's a little lankier, he's a little faster. So looking at that, I'm basing this basically whichever team can play defense in this football game is going to win this game, because we both know both these teams are going to be able to score whenever they want, pretty much for the most part. Both these teams have excellent passing quarterbacks. But I just believe in Florida State a little bit more. Florida State has less of a history of choking when the games matter in big games. And going back to even when Bobby Bowden was the head coach of his team, Jimbo Fisher took a lot of notes. He really looked how solid Bobby Bowden was on the sideline. He didn't shake. He didn't stutter. I know towards the end of Bobby Bowden's career, he didn't make a lot of the calls on offense or defense, but it was just a different dynamic. And when you've learned from that, being Jimbo Fisher, you learn a lot of good things from Bobby Bowden, and he really learned how to be a solid head coach. And I'm picking Florida State to win this one in a shootout. I believe this game will be in the high 50s for each team. I feel like both teams will be able to put up a lot of points on the board, but I feel like at the end of the day, Florida State has just one too many athletes on defense, and they can be able to throw those bodies in and out, those defensive linemen at Taj Boyd at will, you know, and they'll be able to phase out some of those things that they do well, like the screen pass and things like that. So I'm picking Florida State to win this. You check me out at JustMyPicks.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JustMyPicksTV. You can also check us out on YouTube.com/JustMyPicksTV. Also, join our Facebook debate group, Facebook.com/JustMyPicksTV. Also, remember to check us out on YouTube. Also, subscribe and share all our posts. Thank you very much.